What is a tax write-off for business? So there are so many, 81,000 pages in the United States, about 3,400 pages in Canada, and it kind of gets worse around the world as you head into other countries. So what can you write off and what is a write-off? Let's talk first about what you might be missing. Then let's talk about how you maximize and truly structure corporate life. And then some of the misconceptions and mistakes that we see people make. Let's talk about all that. So obvious write-offs for business that most people don't do because either you're CPA or you don't know to do it because you're doing your own TurboTax or whatever you're doing, is you can take a home office. And you can take a home office for as many businesses as you have. So if you have 5 companies, each company can take a business write-off. You can take utilities write-off. You can take a vehicle write-off. You can write off your phone. You can write off a healthcare plan. You can write off your children by employing them and then getting them a Roth IRA. There's a lot of strategies that most of you just don't do. But even basic stuff, like if you're a photographer and you think that's a hobby, anybody who has a website needs videography and photography on their website. So why wouldn't you buy your camera, for example, and the lights, everything in the studio is for business. Could you take your camera out and use it for some personal use? Probably, yes, but you also have to document it. So when you think about business write-offs and tax write-offs, you got to think business and personal. Is there a legal reason for you to deduct it? And how far can the law go for that? And it can go quite a ways with 81,000 pages of code. The stuff that's the obvious is all your supplies and that kind of stuff. The stuff that's not as obvious is, for example, you write off a home office and you actually entertain a lot and you have a housekeeper and you have, say, a hot tub or a pool. Well, you don't need a cleaner. You personally don't need a house cleaner and you personally don't need your pool or hot tub cleaned. Your business does because you're entertaining. So if you start putting your home behavior inside of the company structure, you now get to write off housekeeping, right? You could actually write off office cleaning. Then you write off the pool and the hot tub as long as you're entertaining and using that part of your house and the arrangement that you have. There's a lot of range with 81,000 pages. You have to have a legal intent to make money and you have to have it documented. And I could tell you, I should pull these t-shirts back out of the storage and bring them back to life. It says, do paperwork or be poor. And we're seeing it with a lot of our clients. They hate the paperwork part. They just don't want to work on it. But then you're compromised by not stopping and resetting your entire foundation as you're going to pay the IRS, not yourself. And you and your family deserve the money because you can have the money. $10,000 in additional expense write-offs a year where you're saving it because you're actually doing deductions can put $1,050,000 in your pocket in about 20 years, invested about 13%, all sub S&P 500 numbers. So this is a very doable millionaire plan. It's a slow one, but why overpay in general? That's my message. That's what I've been screaming from the rooftops, and y'all just keep doing your behavior the way you do it. So you need to be here on my channel. You need to be here 5 days a week. Click that notification button and consume this content. Like learn it to the point you can almost regurgitate it back to me. That's when I know you're getting it. If you're just out there listening to my channel or listening to my content and agreeing like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, until you internalize it, which I call integrate, like put it into your life and your behavior, nothing's going to change. You can't just write off things without proper documentation and proper bank accounts. The obvious for those of you that are the beginners, you cannot stay a sole proprietor. You've got to get incorporated. So I'm going to give you 2 tickets to our Millionaire Intensive. They're in the description below to teach you what do we mean by corporate life. So when you're living corporate life, then you're going to start learning how to live and what can your business write off and what do you personally write off? And you start getting those distinctions. And then you're going to have a one-on-one session with our team. So again, that's the opportunity to do that is in the description below. So click on the link and grab a one-on-one appointment to talk about how we can help you reduce your taxes by 10, 15, 20,000 a year minimum. And those of you that are higher net worth and haven't done any tax planning, real tax planning, forecasting to the future, we've gotten 50, 60, 80,000 like down in tax strategies for a lot of people. So another strategy is to get multiple companies. So multiple companies allow multiple deductions and you can actually spread the expenses across, say, 3 companies and then your family. So there's a whole advanced strategy. Some of you have one LLC in whatever state you live in and you're still not even doing those 2 things right. So those have to get aligned and correct so you can actually play the bigger strategies. What we're finding with a lot of clients is you want the result that I speak of, but you're not willing to do the work. So that's why I want you at the Millionaire Intensive. Have a one-on-one. Let us guide you into it and consume the content. Like read through the book that you really understand what it means to sequence your life. And yes, for some of you, you're 40, 50, 60s, and you've been living a certain way and doing it in an interesting way. I'm not going to say wrong because you're successful, but you could do better. And anybody that I know that's been this far along and that successful, they want excellence. They want a higher level of performance. So let our teams do that. If you have any questions about how to let our team do that, go to askloral.com. Say, how do I work with Loral and our team? How do I have a conversation? Or just call our office and we'll have that talk with you. So again, while you're on our channel, please share our channel with as many people as possible. Always go to the playlist. And then also in the description, we give you an opportunity to earn $750 of credit towards new tuition by binge watching. So there's a specific way we have to track your binging because I need 25 hours in exchange for that $750 of your time. And my ultra agenda is obvious. I want you to consume content. This content on this channel, 25 hours, is going to get you a long way in a very different conversation with me or my team as you go to askloral.com and ask questions. Because as you get more sophisticated in this vocabulary, you're going to be asking smarter questions because you're going to be starting to validate your understanding. So let us help you get on the right journey, the right reset, no matter where you are. We're going to meet you where you are, take you where you want to go. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you're here 5 days a week. Talk to you.